Taking two problems and finding a solution. Today, in our Inside Ag, we look at research. A research study, Boise State University, is aiming to prevent wildfires and the growth of an invasive species while giving sheep producers more places to graze. Cheatgrass.
This is an invasive grass that increases the risk of wildfire and outcompetes native plants, and so it's a big management and conservation issue.
An issue growing in the Sawtooth National Forest, and one BSU Associate Professor Kelly Hopping says is growing faster than can be kept up with. A problem in need of a mitigation plan is seeing success. In 2022, Hopping, along with the U.S. Forest Service and sheep producers, received a grant to implement targeted grazing.
We are seeing if we can adapt the way that sheep are managed in those areas where they're already grazing in the summer, but if we can change the timing and intensity to focus them where the cheatgrass is when it's green, we're seeing if we can help reduce it.
Every fall and spring, the sheep are brought out to the researched areas to go eat. Those involved in the study take note of the sheep's habits and what impacts come from them.
We're seeing if by bringing sheep, we can target it without targeting the native plants as well. So it's a fine balance, and that's a lot of what we're learning and focusing on is how to get the timing right, how to get the intensity right to achieve that vegetation goal that we have.
She says they've learned in the spring the native plants and cheatgrass turn green, so the sheep eat both. But in the fall, only the cheatgrass turns green as long as there's rain, so it's helping them understand the best time frame for grazing. They also found out the sheep are learning too.
This last fall, we really saw, even without the herders guiding them closely, they knew where to go to the plots, and they would hit one and turn the corner and go to the next. And so it was just amazing to see their memory and their knowledge of the landscape as well.
She says she's not the only one passionate about the project, but sheep producers too.
This is an area that burned in a big wildfire in 2013, and it affected the areas where they are. So if they can be part of the solution for helping prevent that from happening again after they now have all this cheatgrass that came in after the fire and could perpetuate another fire, they're looking for solutions too. I think there's also hope that if we can, by doing this research and finding what works, then we can make more informed management recommendations so the practice could be potentially adopted more broadly where it makes sense.
And I should say there have been targeted grazing studies done on cattle before, but Hopping says this is one of the first large-scale studies on sheep. The other side to this, she says the cheatgrass is growing higher and higher in elevation, and the cattle can only go so far, so sheep can be the answer for those problem areas. And with more time to study this, it could open up more grazing opportunities for sheep producers. We'll be back after this.